Hello everyone, it's Friday. Happy Friday. Here we find ourselves at the end of the work week, and yet we're still practicing the spiritual laws of success, which is amazing and outstanding. And by now you guys should start to be seeing some changes in your life, so that's extraordinary. Today we are practicing the law of detachment. And this law, if you recall from the 2 weeks prior, really is our ability to become comfortable with what's uncomfortable. We have to be comfortable with what is uncertain. We have to let go of outcomes that we are expecting. This is the day that we get to be. We get to just move forward, experience life, and remove ourselves from the expectations that we have. If you recall from the very first video, from our practice yesterday, we know that on Thursdays we're putting forth our desires and our intentions, and today is the day that we actually let them go and let them be. Today we want to be just giving our attention to the activities, the demonstrations of what we need to do to bring these things into fruition, and that's where our focus should be. And we want to be detached from the outcome. When the outcome is going to happen, we want to be detached from that too. We want to refrain from judging something or forcing a solution today. We want to remain detached. That's the practice of today. I got to share with you, this is not an easy law to practice. If you're like me, I sometimes get myself really worked up because I want something to happen and take place, and I have to remind myself that I need to let go. All I can do is do the activities that I need to do to move things forward, give my attention to the desires and intentions I have to move them forward, and that's all I can do. I've got to be detached from everything else. So that's what our practice is today. So we're going to be looking at this. As we look at this, I want you to also think about the fact that there is actually a universal law called the universal law of rhythm. Something that might help us through today is reminding ourselves that nothing is permanent. Everything changes. And the universal law of rhythm speaks to that because everything has a time and a season. So if you think about it, the sun rises and the sun sets. The tide comes in, the tide goes out. Seasons come, seasons go. Everything changes. Life is dynamic. Nothing remains the same, and therefore nothing in this physical realm that we live in is permanent. So if things are good right now, fantastic. Savor the moments. They're going to change. If things are turbulent right now, hang on, because things are going to change. So being detached from what our expectations are and just reminding ourselves that as we continuously give our attention and focus to the things that we need to do to move things forward, things will change. We will start to see things change. We just can't always see them right away. An excellent example of this is if you were doing a fitness program and working out, let's say today you decided, okay, I'm going to make a commitment to go to the gym, and you started lifting weights today. Chances are tomorrow you're going to feel really sore, yet you're probably going to look exactly the same. We want to defer back to our insight, what we're feeling. We feel there's a change taking place even though we don't see a change taking place. That's part of being detached. If we get detached to the things that we see and we are saying to ourselves, hey, it's not happening fast enough, then we're not practicing the law of detachment. Okay, so that's a short example to help keep you focused on what needs to be done when we practice the law of detachment today. Now, we're also talking about the chakras this week. So the chakra associated with the law of detachment is the throat chakra. And the throat chakra is also the way connected to the energy field of expression. This energy field is sky blue. So when we're thinking about the law of detachment, we want to be thinking about the throat chakra, our ability to express ourselves, and the color of sky blue. Now, what I love about this chakra and keeping this chakra open, this is all about our ability to express ourselves, our creative expression, expressing who we are. So tying this back to yesterday's practice, when we spend some time thinking about what we truly desire and what we want to achieve in our life, to achieve those things, we have to be authentically who we are. And tying it back to detachment, we have to be detached from what other people think. So our own creative expression of who we are, when we are demonstrating that and being authentic in that demonstration, and we feel good about it because we connect with it, it's all good. We are going to experience abundance. We are going to experience affluence. We're going to have so many great things come our way. We're going to have to exercise judgment to determine what things are most in alignment with what it is that we want to achieve. That's being the fullest expression of who we are. To do this successfully, we have to be comfortable with who we are. We have to define that for ourselves and be detached from what other people think it should be. There's always going to be somebody in our life that's going to tell us it should be another way. They may think that because it would be a different way for them, because the creative expression of who they are is different than who we are. We have to detach from what other people's thoughts are. We have to detach from what other people think we should be. We are always going to be the most successful in life when we are the most fullest, most creative expression of our own self, rather than trying to be a second-rate version of somebody else. That's what I think of when I think of this chakra. To keep this chakra open, we have to be able to discern what's right for us. And we have to have the courage to become that, to be that in everything that we do. That's when, and only when, we're going to receive the abundance, the affluence, and all of the great things that we want to experience in our life. We have to be true to our innermost creative part, side, essence of who we are, and express that accordingly, and detach from what everybody else thinks it should be. We talked about this before. Hey, just because something's not been done already, or it has not been done in the past, doesn't mean that we can't be the first people to do it. That's what creative expression is, and that's what this chakra is all about today. So today, as you're practicing the law of detachment, I want you to be thinking about being the creative expression of who you are, and focusing more about honoring that and connecting with our essence on the inside, and less concerned with what other people are thinking, what's not showing up right away, what's not happening right away, the way other people think it should be. We're letting go of all of that today. We're going to be detached. And we're going to remind ourselves that as we evolve, this process of being creatively expressing who we are will become easier. It's our natural state. It is so much more freeing and peaceful to be who we are than to be what other people want us to be. I lived this. I know this. And I've shared this, I know, in another video where I talked about turning 30. And prior to me beginning my spiritual journey, I felt like I was accomplished on paper and yet sad on the inside, because I thought I was a product of what everybody else wanted me to be, instead of being, or figuring out for that matter, who I am. And once I did that, it's a very, very freeing way to be, because it's all about connecting with what resonates best with me and being detached and less concerned with what other people think it should be or how I should be. I'm me, and I'm going to be who I am. And you are you, and you need to be who you are. And when you do, and you express yourself in that regard, you can expect to see and experience all of life's abundance, all of the affluence, everything that we deserve, all of the things that we're worthy of. And that's only going to come when we're authentically who we are. And this chakra, our ability to express ourselves authentically, is open. So that's our practice for today. Those are the things I want you to think about as we're working through the practice of detachment today. I hope that your day is absolutely outstanding, and I look forward to checking in with you tomorrow. Bye.